Hello everyone, the story I'm going to share today is Emperor Shun's great virtue. Emperor Shun, surnamed Yao and given name Chonghua, who had overlapping pupils, which means he had 4 pupils. He was a grandson of the 8th generation of the Yellow Emperor. Shun was born in 2285 BC in Jin County, Hebei Province. His father was very stubborn and unreasonable. Later in life, he became blind. Shun's mother died when Shun was a child. Shun's father later got married to a woman who was very bad-tempered. Not only did she not love Shun, but also very cruel to him. She always scolded and beat him. Nevertheless, Shun was filial and benevolent, and was respectful and courteous to his parents. No matter how cruel they were to him, he always remembered the importance of filial piety. Even though Shun was so kind and good, Shun's father and stepmother still didn't like him. In this harsh family environment, when Shun became a teenager, he started to plow in the fields at food among Li alone to support his family. Later, after stepmother gave birth to a son named Shun, she became even more like an enemy to Shun, often speaking ill of Shun in front of his father. Because his father couldn't say anything, he just believed whatever his wife told him. However, Shun didn't take it to heart at all. All he wanted was the satisfaction of serving his parents and fulfilling his filial duty. Because of Shun's extraordinary moral behavior, by the age of 20, Shun's filial piety was known all over the country. Shun remained humble and worked diligently. He was welcomed and supported everywhere he went. When he cultivated land in Lishan, Shun gave the fertile land to others, and the residents of Lishan were inspired by his moral behavior, and thus did not fight with each other after seeing Shun's example. When fishing in Lizhe, Shun gave the best fishing spots to others. Because of his example, even more people in Lizhe did not fight over the best fishing spot. When Shun made pottery on riverbanks, the quality of his work was excellent. While he was there, he often helped resolve disputes between people. Thus, the potters began to cooperate with each other, so the quality of the pottery improved. People always wanted to be with him and were inspired by him. In 1 year, the place where he lived became a small town, and in 2 years it became a city. When Shun was 30 years old, Emperor Yao started looking for a talented and virtuous man to become his successor. The princes from all the tribes recommended Shun, but for the sake of the people all over the country, Emperor Yao wanted to personally test him. So he married his 2 daughters to Shun and let his 9 sons interact with him to observe his behavior. Yao also asked Shun to teach the people the virtues of filial piety, so the people would follow him without disobedience. Shun handled various government affairs properly, and all the officials thus followed government rules. The princes from all tribes respected Shun. Emperor Yao also gave Shun clothes, lyre, cattle, and sheep. Even so, his father, stepmother, and Xiang still wanted to find an opportunity to get rid of him. Although they wanted to kill Shun, they couldn't find an excuse, so they took advantage of him while he was working for the family. Once, Shun was asked to repair the rice barn. Seeing that Shun was on the roof, the stepmother and Xiang set fire to the rice barn from below. Shun hurriedly jumped off the rice barn with 2 bamboo heads under his arms, landed safely, and escaped and harmed. Not long after, his father asked Shun to clean the well. After Shun got down into the well, his father, stepmother, and Xiang filled the well with earth and sand, then happily left. They began to excitedly discuss how to divide up Shun's property. Xiang said, "It was me who came up with this idea. His 2 wives and letters sent by Emperor Yao belong to me, and the cattle, sheep, and warehouses belong to you." Before their dreams could come true, Shun came again to greet his parents the next morning. All of them were shocked and thought they were seeing a ghost. It turned out that Shun had already prepared himself for the experience due to his almost being killed last time. He dug a secret passage after the side wall of the well in advance. So he crawled out from another exit through this passage. Facing the family members like his enemy, they harmed him again and again. Shun still respected his blind father, his cruel stepmother, and a young brother who had evil thoughts under the instigation of the stepmother. Shun's behavior was extraordinary in dealing both with his family and court affairs. At last, Yao confirmed that Shun was a sage with both ability and virtue, and the only one who could take on the important task of governing the country. Therefore, when Shun was 50 years old, Yao asked him to work in the post of Son of Heaven on his behalf, and handle the important affairs of state. Under Shun's management, the world was in great order, and the tribes supported him. Therefore, at the age of 61, Shun officially inherited the position of emperor. After ascending to the throne, Shun went back to his hometown to visit his relatives. He was still as respectful and filial to his parents as before. Both his father and Xiang were moved. Shun later granted Xiang the honor of being head of the tribe. Shun worked as an emperor for 39 years and left the world at 110 years old. Thank you very much for listening to the story. More touching stories will be ready for you if you just subscribe it. Thank you again.